So, it could turn out good now. The way people are now, no. I don't think it's a good idea now.
So if you was in that situation and you had met someone and they seemed really cool and you turned out that she and your best friend hate each other, you're just not going to deal with that person.
Well, I'm just, if it's my best friend, I'd rather just not deal with that person.
All right.
I mean, I don't want him to be hateful with them or anything. I don't have to, be that way, but I just rather not deal with them.
Absolutely. To me, that makes a lot of sense, like, either way. But, Nisa, what do you think?
Well, I agree with what Lisa said at first, where if I get along with someone, as long as neither one of them talk bad about the other one, then it's okay. But the second that, like, they try to put you in the middle is, I think, the point in time where you would have to be like, okay, like, this is my best friend, like, so I'm gonna stop fucking with you, and I'm just gonna, oops, sorry.
It's okay.
And I'm just gonna, and I got my best friend here, I've also, been in a situation where my best friend had asked me to stop talking to someone that I didn't know until I knew her, kind of thing. And I completely respected that. Like, if my best friend's going to come to me and be like, look, like, me and this person, we don't talk anymore. This is what happened. We, like, have bad blood kind of now. So can you just, like, not mess with her anymore? And I was completely willing to do that because my loyalty lies with, my best friend.
Exactly.
So, but if my best friend didn't ask me to, then yeah, I would try to maintain both friendships, but the second that it was going to become an issue or a problem, I would back out of it and then just, let go of the person who's not my best friend and be like, okay, like, this is going to cause problems, so we don't have to be friends. Goodbye, So, but I mean, wanted to try to work, but like Lisa says, nowadays, a lot of people like to run their mouths and, just cause drama and chaos. So
I don't play that. I'm very protective, like, over my friends and my family, so I'm not the person that you can talk reckless about my best friend in front of me. Like, it's just not going to happen. And I'm naturally, if someone is telling me, like, oh, like, I have beef with this person, or this person did something to me, and I'm like, who's messing with my best friend? You know what I mean? Like, I kind of get, like, protective. So especially if me and you are not that cool to begin with, then I've had like the awkward situation where there's two people I'm really, really cool with that don't get along.
Yeah.
And it's always so annoying, especially if it's not like over something that's
serious.
Yeah, and then sometimes, I'm a person, like, I will always defend my best friend in front of everybody else.
Of course.
But if I do feel like they were wrong in a situation, after it's just us, I'll let them know that I think they're wrong. But I am going to defend them, Yeah. And I'm not going to leave my best friend out in the lurch. I wouldn't be a really good best friend now, would I?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Now, if it was somebody, it was two of your friends, and you did feel like your best friend was wrong in that situation, and she's still saying, I don't want you, I feel like you're betraying me if you hang out with this other person, but you feel like the reason why they're enemies is kind of her fault.
Like, you're asking me what I would do?
Yeah.
I mean, I would let her know my opinion, but if she still feels strongly, because that is kind of what happened with my situation, was I was like, well, why do, like, what is it, like, about me? Like, because I don't have anything to do with it, like, I'm not in it, like, and this is what happened. You kind of went about it this way, so that's what led to this. Like, is it really that big of a deal? But my best friend thought it was, and so even though me telling her my side of it, she still felt strongly for me not to, so I respected it, and I stopped talking to the other person.
So your friends boss you around, don't you?
No, not at all. Like, if I was closer with her, then I would have been like, okay, no, like, I'm not gonna get in the middle of this. This is between you guys, like, whatever. But the fact of the matter is I didn't even know her until I didn't know her until my best friend. I met her through her. So it's like, so it's like I don't really have any business there anyways. It's not like it was one of my friends and then they met and they were two separate friends of mine. Like, no. So I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. So it was just like, all right, like, I accepted that. Yeah.
I think I try to stay out of mess, things like that too. So I try to fall back from
out of it. Exactly.
I try to fall back from those situations. And
nowadays, what happens now is that by the time all is said and done and everybody's gotten mad at each other, they're both mad at you instead.
And that's why I try not to get involved. Don't be turning things around on me. And it's always worse because I've had this happen to me a couple of times when you're friends with a couple, like you're friends with the boyfriend and the girlfriend. You were friends with them prior to them getting together.
Yeah.
And then they got together and, you know, you guys are cool. And then you, like, find out, like, one is cheating on the other. And you're like, I don't want this information. I don't want to know this. And the other person finds out, like, oh, so you didn't tell me? Like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's like, who do you put your loyalty with in that case? Like, you're friends with both of them. Like, do you tell the person who's getting cheated on, or do you keep the person who's cheating's business in your own head and, like, just let it go? Like, I don't even, like, that's just so, like...
I'll be honest, when it happened to me, the last time it happened to me, it was two of my really good friends. I ended up being quiet because I just felt like he's so messy, she's gonna find out.
Yeah.
And she did find out, and she found out again, and she found out again, and she found out again for all the times he had cheated on her. So it was just such a messy situation. I'm like, I don't need to get involved because he's going to get caught.
Don't get in the middle.
He's absolutely going to get caught.
Yeah. But did she get upset at you for not telling her, or does she not know that you knew?
I don't. You know what? Because he cheated on her with somebody that I know very, very well, and she knows I know very, very well. We all had, like, sat together at a function that I was having. Oh. So, I mean, I guess I could say because all of it is out now, and I'm not saying anybody's name, but so I'm pretty sure she would think, okay, this is Desiree's good friend. Like, she's gonna know. Like, you know what I mean? But she never said anything to me about it. So.
Are you guys still friends?
I'm still friends with the guy.
Oh, okay.
Just because, you know, after that she kind of went her own way. You know you hang out with mutual friends and you might see him, and it's kind of like. But you know.
I wonder who decides who keeps the friends.
That's so messy.
Because it's like, because I've had friends in that situation too, and it's like sometimes one of them, like, bad mouths the other one to their groups of friends. So then, like, my friend was afraid to go to her mutual friends with him because she's like, he told them the story this way, and that's not even what happened. So now they all probably hate me. But she didn't know that for sure. But so she stepped away, and I'm like, yeah, but those are your friends too. Like, you better go and freaking, like, if they're gonna, like, hear his side, like, they need to hear yours too, you know? Yeah. But she just, like, let it go, and she, like, kind of moved on and, like, left those friends behind. And it's like who gets to determine?
So she
like,
didn't get custody of the friends?
She didn't get custody of the friends. Like, not even, like, none of them. Like, and I'm just like, so who the heck is, like, the one determining, like, who keeps the mutual friends you guys have? Like, that's kind of messed up. That's why I like to have, like, in a relationship, like, I like to have, like, I have my friends, you have your friends. Yes, we'll mingle with each other's friends and we'll know them, but at least if
what if you guys, like, okay, so if you guys, like, befriend somebody together?
Oh, okay, yeah, in that case, whoever got closer to them.
What if you started dating someone that I know, and I'm friends with this person? Would you fight for me in the divorce?
Oh, yeah. I'll be like, no, this is my girl. Like, I knew her first. Like, you, like, well, not before I heard the guy, but I would be like, no,
like, I hear and you're like, whoever does it wants to. Like, I've seen that in movies, like, the kid has to, like, choose. I don't know if they do that in real life. That kind of seems like it would be weird, even though in that way it kind of would make sense to have the child pick who they want to
live with.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, but you better fight for
I think it depends a lot, too, on what caused the separation, you know?
Yeah.
If he was cheating, or she was cheating, or whatever, who knew, who didn't, you know, because, I mean, of course, if your best friend knew that your husband was cheating and she didn't tell you.
I'll be mad.
Heck yeah.
Yes, exactly, you know?
That's why
then you've been taking her loyalty, so why would you want her as a friend?
Yeah.
So you say if you have the information, you should tell them?
My best friend, yes. Now, anybody else I can kind of understand about them saying I tend to, so, you know, I will stay out of anybody's business. I'm just not one of those people that likes to get in the middle of, especially relationships. But if you ask me, you know, I'm not going to lie to you about it either, you know? So, I'm not, you know, I may not volunteer the information, but if you ask me, hey, you know, I heard my husband was over here at this party and was he with another girl, and if I happen to be there and seen that, well, now you put me in the corner, so I have, you know, I'm not going to lie about it.
Exactly, not going to lie. Yeah. Not going to lie. So even if you don't, volunteer it, you're not going to lie about it if asked.
Exactly. If asked, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
How about this, people? Don't lie to you. Don't be in relationships you can't stay faithful.
Exactly.
Don't be putting nobody else in your mess. That's the advice I'm going to give you, and that's the advice I'm going to leave you with today. Don't get anybody else involved with your mess. It is unfair to that person. That's best friends who are feuding with everybody in town. Like, if I had a friend before who used to hate everybody, and I'm like, I literally can't be friends with anyone because you have beef with everybody. And it will literally be over nothing. It'll be over nothing.
And we're dealing with people that hate everybody too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, and I think, like earlier, what you were saying about the two friends and one cheated and the other, well, you know, if he is your friend and he's dating one of your friends as well, why would they put you in a position where you would know something like that?
Exactly.
You know?
They suck as friends. I suck as friends. I need all new friends. You're all fired except for Anissa. All my friends that are listening.
You're fired.
Oh, and Dre. I'm sorry, Dre's not there. All right.
Yeah, like I don't think, you know, you should put your friend in a position like that. You know, I mean, let people know anyway that that's what you're going to do. You know, because the more people that know, you know, it's going to get back to your other person. You know, your partner.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, and then I put you in the middle of it. So, you know.
Wise words from Lisa. That's what you take from
Advice from Lisa.
Alright, guys, this has been a fun show. I want to shout out again to Lisa for being on with us today for the first time, and a shout out to Ty Ward for dropping in and blessing us with his presence again. Once again on the lounge. Now, we do have one more episode left next Wednesday, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, same time, of course, on KBLP. Very exciting episode next week as well. It is our finale, and we got more returning loungers coming. So we have Nolan Wells, our very first guest that we ever had on the lounge. He kicked it off. So celebrity fashion stylist Nolan Wells will be back, and he was so much fun the first time. We have Dre Zounds returning. Very, very loyal listener, very talented artist, so I can't wait to talk to him more. And we have Gabrielle Walsh of Shameless. She's on, you know, the newest season of Shameless, so if you're a Shameless fan, Gabrielle Walsh is going to be back, so very excited about that.
Yeah.
Got a lot of catching up to do with all of these people.
What is everybody going to do on Wednesday night without you two ladies?
I don't know. I hope you guys are all able to fulfill your Wednesday nights without us. I really hope that you'll be able to find a way. I know it'll be so difficult not hearing these voices on your phone or your tablet or your computer or however you're listening to us. You know what? I think it's gonna be harder for me than you guys.
Yeah, it'll be harder for us than you guys.
Yeah, like you guys are like our friends. You know what I mean? We come in every week and we talk to you guys in the chat and everybody listening, and we've really become accustomed to doing this, so it's gonna be very weird.
Yeah.
So, like I said, follow us.
I'm used to listening to you guys. I mean, you know, you ladies are awesome. Y'all are awesome. There's some pretty good conversations that go on in here. It's awesome.
Thank you.
So I just can't imagine what your friends are gonna do. What your friends are gonna do here without you guys on Wednesday. That's gonna be bad. I'm already getting carried out of here.
Oh, yeah, me too. I think I might get a little emotional next week. I think I might with the first season wrap. Me and Anissa are definitely gonna have to celebrate a first season, wrapping up. But yeah, we will be back. I'm thinking, like I said, we'll have an actual date for you guys next week and when we'll be back. But I'm thinking it's gonna be like beginning of summer. So I am still going to be on the air for a few more weeks after the launch ends. I do have Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Mountain Time with Love and Heartbreak. That is mostly music. So I am going to be doing a few more episodes of that. You can still check for us on YouTube. Keep It Scripted. Please subscribe. A lot more videos to come on that, especially since we're not going to be doing the lounge. You could definitely be checking for us there. So me and Denise are still going to be around, I promise. We have a lot of stuff planned this year on top of season 2 of the lounge. We do have a short film that we're working on as well, and like I said, more YouTube videos, a lot of things we want to do. I don't want to say everything now. If you guys know, I am a writer, so there is a book I've been working on for quite some time, so I'm hoping that I can get that out sooner rather than later. So a lot of stuff. You can follow me on Instagram, DMarieLove, LUV, Twitter, DMarieLove19. You can like the page on Facebook, DMarieLove, and you can find Anissa
on Anissa_forever on Snapchat and Instagram.
And Lisa, tell us where they can find you.
Facebook.
Okay.